Hi, my name's Ryan Berger from Old School Gamer Magazine. I saw this really cool thing that was coming out, and I'm really excited about it. So I've gotten together a couple friends to have a little bit of fun in it. We are in Piepacker right now. You might see even a game on the screen, and it's just going to be a blast. So let me have each of my co-hosts and friends here introduce themselves and give us a little bit about them, and we'll wrap it up at the end with the big man from Piepacker himself. So here we go.
Cool. Well, I'm Retro Ralph. I host a YouTube channel called Retro Ralph, and been doing retro games and arcade gaming for a long time. And this is something that Piepacker. I saw it. The idea of being able to play games online and collaborate like this with video chat. It's really cool. So it piqued my interest. So here I am.
Next up.
Very cool. I'm Gunther with Retro Recon. I do quite a few different videos for different manufacturers, and we have found Piepacker here. Very excited about it. Going to be a game changer for online tournaments, which is what I sort of specialize in. So I'm very excited about Piepacker, and it's going to be a big year, I do know.
Thank you guys for the nice words. This is Benjamin. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Piepacker, and I'm so excited to be here. By the way, I'm a big fan of your channels, guys. So for me, I'll try not to be too much of a fanboy today, but I'm definitely a fanboy for what you guys do.
So I guess, Benjamin, tell us a little bit about where this came from, and then go into a little bit about what we're seeing on the screen right now.
For sure. So let's start with what we see on the screen. Right now, we are in a game lobby. So basically, we're about to start a game, and this game is pretty awesome. It's Micro Mages. It's actually a game on the NES that was made in 2019, I believe. And that was made by a French and a German guy. And it's a really cool, technical feats. But we were here to see like many more games. And this one is pretty cool because 4 of us can play it. Maybe we can start playing it, and while we start playing it, I can tell you more about, Piepacker, the genesis of the project. Would it be of interest for you guys?
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Someone take control and do this.
All right. I think, we selected 1 player, so we can start. The host of the game can click the reset button, like on the NES, and reset the game so we can like select 4 players.
There we go.
I think we picked only 1. Awesome. Thank you, host of the, of the thing. 4 players, and I think we can start. Let's talk about the genesis of this project. It's actually kind of funny. We started to work on Piepacker about a year ago, and for us the goal was to create something that was very so much confusion already. I love it.
I think I'm going to die.
I feel like I'm jumping on someone's head, but
I just died.
That's totally okay. So as I was saying, we were looking at the cloud gaming market, and there were a few things that we truly cared about. I think the first thing was, retro gaming is a big thing. And even though like we might believe it's a small space, when you look at the number of ROMs that are downloaded every year, this is about 19 billion, so 19 billion ROMs that are downloaded illegally every year on the internet. So it's a pretty big space, and we felt it was an interesting, start for a cloud gaming service. But the second thing that we had in mind was that, the internet today is not necessarily ready for cloud gaming in general. You see, like, when you have an amazing connection, your service is going to work great. But you know what? Most people don't have an amazing connection. So we really wanted to build something that was as low tech as possible. And this was kind of the beginning of Piepacker. We're like, okay, let's build a kind of hybrid cloud service that will focus on cloud retro games and see where it goes. But when we built this, we realized, okay, we built something that already exists. You have all these websites and emulators and, that are easily available. They're not legal, but people will use it anyway. So we needed something more. And the something more was like, okay, let's make this online multiplayer. We believe there is a need for people to play with their friends, and we felt that there is no easy solution for you to play retro games with your friends over the internet. So we felt it was a good mix. And the first prototype of Piepacker was very much this. It was an emulator that allowed you to play over the internet with your friends. And when we shared this with friends and family, we asked them, "Hey, by the way, I love the mask. So funny. So you're a worm. I'll try to stay focused, but now you're a worm now." We shared the prototype with the friends and family, and we were very confused because I'm a gamer, I'm a nerd for retro games, and I was expecting people to actually play the game and focus on this. And what we realized is that people misunderstood what was Piepacker. They were using Piepacker on one side of the screen, but on the other side of the screen, they were using Google Hangouts, Zoom to really, chill with their friends, chat, and use this as, a social experience. And we're like, holy cow, we're not building a cloud gaming service. We're building kind of a social network hybrid. And this was kind of the beginning of Piepacker. And maybe I'll pause here. Maybe you guys have questions. Does this make sense with the product you see now when I tell you that?
The social side, yeah. Wow.
Go ahead, Gunther. I'm sorry, my forearm is actually sore from hitting the button so much, which probably means I'm really out of shape, but this game is really fun. I don't know how my forearm is hurting me, but
it's a workout,
I'm sweating over here.
You stay in shape during the pandemic.
I guess from my perspective, I just think the unique thing is exactly what you said. The idea that we're kind of, we can hang out and talk and chat. And it's like as if we were hanging out on the couch together, except we're virtually hanging out on the couch, and especially with the way times are right now. I mean, we're all in different places, different states. It's pretty countries potentially. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Extremely powerful. Man, I'm going to ask you, how in the heck are you guys doing this? Because this is the first time this has been available. I mean, we've been trying for years and years and years to have an online multiplayer experience. This is it. This actually works. How are you doing it?
Thank you for asking this question, and I would love to take the credit, but I think it's really because of the team. Like we have a really, really strong team, and I really feel humbled, but also weirded out by all these amazing people working with you. It's like, why are you working for such a small company? Something must be weird about you. Like something is wrong. And we got on board some of the people that were some of the early people on the Amazon AWS Blue service. We had people who launched the Xbox in Europe. We got the marketing director from Blizzard Activision, the former president of Sega, Kenji Matsubara, is the former advisor of the company. We had so many cool people, and I feel so uncool next to them. But it was gathering all these, amazing profiles and trying to build something that was low tech in the philosophy of how we want to build this. It's weird, when I talk to investors, when I talk to the press, people feel weird when I say, hey, by the way, I'm running a cloud gaming company, but I don't believe cloud gaming is real. I think it's real when you have an amazing connection and you live next to Google, but for real people like us with average internet connection,
we're all jumping.
Oh man,
guys, the way I'm seeing this is it's sort of like Twitch, but people are all playing instead of just watching one guy play. This is fantastic.
I'm here to win. I'm not letting you win, guys.
So Benjamin, we Benjamin, is that you? That's the red character? Is that you?
Yeah.
All right, Benjamin, I gotta ask you a question. Under pressure of the race, I gotta ask you a question.
Oh, you make it happen.
In order to change games, we had to leave that game, and then everyone had to rejoin, and we had to send them a link. So a little inconvenient, but I'm just wondering, are you guys working on any kind of lobby system to make that easier from, if friends want to play multiple games and kind of hang out until they, decide what they want to play?
So totally, and this is a great question. It's something that we really care about and that we're working on. We actually have a working prototype that does this. The feature should be available very soon. We're trying to QA it, test it as soon as possible, and it should be here during the summer.
That's awesome. By the way, this is a very heated battle. I'm surprised you were able to concentrate and answer that question. I'm pretty impressed, actually.
Well,
no.
He's also been playing the game for weeks where we just started playing.
Yeah, you've played this before. You've played this before. Oh,
I got you.
Oh, dominated. All right, here we go.
Well, that's
Boy,
really
you
cool
don't,
about the lobby
if you
system.
don't keep up, you don't get to see where you're at.
Yeah, it's once you fall off the screen, that's it. You're done.
Yeah, you're done.
Yeah, that's it. It's a really
it's
fun
pretty
game.
old school, you know.
Benjamin, what's another game we should go into next and take a peek at?
We can actually try Arsène Lupin Gentleman Bomber. This is our new game. It's basically a bomber style game, so kind of similar to Bomberman, but in the Arsène Lupin universe. I don't know if you guys watched the Netflix show. There is an Arsène Lupin show on Netflix. It's really cool. You should check it out. It's French, so I'm trying to advertise it. And it's based on the same license. So this is this kind of like very famous burglar. There is even like, you know, a anime adaptation, Lupin the Third. And it's basically this kind of gentleman during the day and burglar at night. And it's a really, really fun game. We should definitely play it together.
Okay, while we're playing this a little bit, tell us a little bit about your Kickstarter plans and what you were trying to accomplish with that.
So with Kickstarter, this was kind of a love letter to the community. We had a very successful closed beta in France. By the way, this is inverted common, the Japanese style. So the 8 button should be to validate. So the one on the right, yeah. And you can pick a character here.
I'm just going to watch you guys play. I'm having more fun watching.
So the Kickstarter was kind of like this love letter to the community. We had this very successful beta phase with over 100,000 users that really helped us to build the product. And we wanted to create something that was unique. And we asked the community, like, what is your kind of like dream as a retro gamer? Like, what do you want us to build? And a lot of people were like, you know what? I would love to be able to use my physical games on Piepacker. And we started to think about it, and we're like, man, that would be so awesome if we were to create something like this. So we started to, you know, iterate and try different things with hardware, and we figured out how to create something that will allow you to bring your games to the platform. And this is how the Pie was born. It started as kind of a fantasy, you know, like for us, a dream about what would be really, really awesome to create. And we decided to offer this exclusively during the Kickstarter for people, first of all, to thank them, like for helping them us to build the product, but also to create this very unique device. And this is also, you know, for us to kickstart the worldwide launch. We wanted something special. You know, we were soft launched just in France, and we wanted to create something special for the worldwide launch. So the Kickstarter was a perfect opportunity. And this is basically how it started. It went so well. In 20 hours, we got funded. This is really cool. That's like literally top 2% of Kickstarter campaigns in terms of speeds. And now we are, last time I looked at it, we're over 200% of the funding goal. And
wow.
There's
great.
still 15 days to go. So we're very happy. We felt also very happy to see like people got so excited about the device and trying it. So for us, it's, you know, it's a pleasure. It's really, we feel super honored to and humbled by all this positivity. So we're so excited to bring this alive. And yeah, so that's pretty much our Kickstarter campaign.
Benjamin, that's awesome. You won that last round, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
I have no idea what I'm doing, folks. I have no idea.
This game is actually really fun. This is an original. You guys created this game, right?
Yes, we created this internally. We have a Piepacker studio, and like hello to them if they watch this. They're amazing. Like honestly, they're a team of like video game veterans, and they love retro games, and you can feel it. And the guy who's doing the art for this game is really amazing. And we're so happy. I cannot tell much about this, but we have a huge surprise for this game at the end of June. We'll reveal this very soon, but something huge is coming for this game at the end of June.
So I have a question about this then. So are we gonna? I guess there's two questions. Are we gonna see more originals like this? And then the other thing is, are you opening it up to developers that want to have an online game on your platform?
For sure. So we definitely want to create more games. We have like a few games that are already in development and that are in the same style, but trying to make it like very cool for Piepacker. So 4-player games, very easy to pick up, cool concept for party games. But we also want to bring these games to like, offer a new way to play the game. And this is kind of like teasing for what's happening in June. But in June, we're going to offer something that was never seen before. And we have a huge partner.
Gunther, you just get run over.
Yep. Mind the train. Let's play another mode here. So the hot potato, this one is stressful. So what happens is one of us is going to get randomly a bomb over the heads, and this person can now dash, and you have to like contaminate the other person. So you have to run over the other person to give the hot potato and then run away from this person. And the hot potato is going to explode after like the timer is over. Let's go actually in La Santé. So La Santé is actually a very famous jail in the south of France near Marseille. And yeah, let's go there. So someone's going to become the hot potato very soon. Yeah, that's you. So now you have to give it back to other people. So now Arsène Lupin, you have to give it back. Yeah.
Don't come over here. I don't want it.
With the button you can dash. You can dash with the button if you want. Yeah, you got it.
Can you dash when you don't have it? Or
I'm
no?
gonna lose. Oh,
Nope.
You can dash only when you have it.
Okay, so
got it.
Oh my God!
Oh! Oh!
You died in a very,
You
very
didn't
fun
tell us
manner.
that the walls cave in on you. You left that part out. Oh no, I have it. Oh hey, here, you take it. Hey,
No, I'm not taking it.
someone take it, please.
Don't.
Quickly.
It's on you.
Thank you.
again, thanks.
Oh my gosh. Okay, watch out the
Get
walls.
away
The
from
walls.
the edges. Get in the middle.
This is super fun.
Okay, so now it's tighter. Okay, that's a cool idea.
Oh
All right. Come here, bottlenose. Where do you think you're going?
no.
All you. That's all you.
Okay. No.
No! Oh,
Got it
no!
back.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, hey. Hey, where's it? Oh, shoot.
Gotcha.
Dodging like
Move to the middle.
Yeah, this is a cool game, man. I like this.
This is really fun idea.
Okay, now
I
to
love how
Tubular.
it comes down on you too. The
you're not
rolls.
getting me, man. Sorry.
Oh, I'm getting you. Don't worry about it. There you go.
Oh,
Oh, you
Gotcha.
took me. You took me.
If I'm going, you're going too, buddy.
Okay,
That is super fun.
Benjamin, got a question for you. Tell me a little bit about what you did before this. How are you? What have you done with your career?
For sure. So I worked for a long time in the. Let me alone.
Oh, great. Give it to me again.
In the video game industry, so I worked for Electronic Arts, Ubisoft, and Gameloft. And at Gameloft, I was the head of data science. So I created the data science department, and really was an interesting time working mostly on mobile games and helping to make these games better and more fun for people. After a while, I decided to move in the tech industry. So I was the head of analytics at Facebook, working mostly on live video and more interactive experiences. It was a lot of fun. Really great people there. It was a pretty amazing to work at Facebook for this time. And after this, I moved to Twitch, where I was the head of research strategy and basically, being a nerd, doing research at Twitch, trying to optimize for better content recommendation, better search engine, and all this kind of stuff. It was a really unique experience, and it also helped me to figure out like a lot of
Great, I gotta play now.
intuitions for how to start Piepacker, and all these experiences really helped me to get there and with Jules to build this platform.
That's awesome.
Wow, you've had a heck of a history, man. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's a lot.
Awesome
That's a
to know,
huge-
Yeah.
Thank
so
you,
cool.
thank you. Had
Okay,
a lot of fun. One thing
That's a
I
resume on you.
that's thank you. One thing I don't mention much and that I really enjoy and that's really helped me, and it's a good story because this game is related to that. So actually the head of production for this game is a former student of mine, and I've been a teacher for
So
many
cool.
years. So I taught like mostly at the University of Montreal, but also, I was a guest lecturer in various great jobs on this one. I was a guest lecturer in like different universities, including MIT. And for me, it's been like a really cool part of my life and helped me to meet like so many great people that now are working with me. And I feel super fortunate at that. So yeah.
That's awesome,
Hi
man.
to
That's
Pierre,
great.
who is the head of production for this game. He's doing a great job. I think you have to move Arsène Lupin the top left corner.
Whoops.
He's just
Uh-oh.
gave up.
Oh.
This boy's done.
That's
He's
not how it
clocked
works.
out.
So tell me,
I-
Benjamin, what's your first experience with video games? What was your first gaming system that you played on?
So I played on the Master System 2, and that was the game that was embedded on this, which is Alex Kidd. No, leave me alone. You're not going to catch. No.
Oh!
And this game to me was really interesting because it was a good connection with my dad, and we used to play this game even if it's a solo game. We used to play it together, and it was really a way to socialize with my dad and to hang out with him. He was very busy. He was a businessman, so that was always like a very special moment. And you're not. Oh my God!
Hot potato.
And
Oh,
I
wow,
always
you guys are-
associated,
We're playing hot
gaming
potato.
with a very social experience, something you share with other people. And this is also why we try to make Piepacker as social as possible because, gaming is about sharing. It's a community experience. So we put a lot of love in what we're making. And I had to concentrate a lot to play, win, and answer your question at the same time.
Yeah, this game definitely gets the blood pumping. You get a little stressed out. It's pretty fun. Well, the hot potato one is definitely
that's a hard
really
one, man.
fun.
I mean, for you guys to come up with your own game, good freaking job, man. This is a really fun game.
Thank you. Let's do one more mode. This one is very peculiar, and you're probably to love it. Have you heard of the game Hidden in Plain Sight? Have you played this game before? Not
haven't,
really?
no.
It's so good. So the concept is interesting. So we all have the same character. You don't know who you are. So basically you have, by the way, you have to click select, yeah.
There we go.
I love that it's
So we all have
Sherlock Holmes. It's
Funny,
Sherlock
it's
Holmes.
Gotta watch
great.
that license, boy.
So everybody has the same character. So you have to find out who you are. And when you find out
Larry.
who you are, you have to find the other players and kill them with the button. So you have one button to kill them. And
What in the
one
world?
button is to use the smoke bomb and disappear if you feel you've been compromised. So you have to find the other users and before they find you and kill them. But when you kill someone and you miss,
I found myself. Yay!
You're being compromised. If you want to be peaceful, the other way to win the game is to stay close to the dog. So you're going to score points. But if you stay close to the dog, you're more likely to be discovered because, only humans will follow the dog. And so it's a kind of like a mind game where you have to find other people and kill them before they kill you. Someone kill me! So much hate! That's not fair.
I'm just killing everything I can.
I'm
That's
just
my-
walking
That's a
around.
risky strategy, but it works.
I'm just gonna hide.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not too hard to find. I'm simply just walking around killing anything I walk into.
So Benjamin, while we're playing, I had another question. I think the Pi Reader is a pretty amazing device that you guys came up with because there's a lot of people that really enjoy collecting carts and they want to play those carts. And the fact that you now have the ability to take a cart that you own and play it multiplayer against someone else is really neat. But I'm wondering, how modular will that system be? Do you plan on supporting like even, let's say, PlayStation 1 discs? Like, are you going to go into other platforms with it and build, kind of build on it, or?
So that's an excellent question. We built the Pi Reader to be future-proof. So if the question is, could the Pi Reader have technically a CD-ROM adapter on the top? The answer is yes. We built this for the future and to be able to, to bring any type of like platform to the Pi Reader. That being said, we really wanted to start and focus first on what we know work well and is a good start, which is NES, Super NES, Genesis, and now with the stretch goal, Game Boy and Game Boy Advance. Right now, as of today, we don't have any plan to commercialize the Pi Reader after the Kickstarter. It's at the moment like a one-off operation. We want to see where it goes and if it works well. And so far it's working well, but we have no plan to commercialize this. It's just for the Kickstarter, but for sure we are not closing any door, and it's very possible, especially with the stretch goals, that we see more adapters coming to the platform.
Very cool.
I think
that's awesome. Yeah, looking forward to that.
I like the idea that somebody's making their own homebrew game. They can now use your Pi Reader as their way of testing it and also getting multiplayer on their own game. I think that's super cool.
Awesome. And we want to bring this, and I think it was Retro Ralph who asked this question. We are opening the platform to developers. Right now, we're compatible with just Love 2D, which is a Lua-based framework, but we are working already on bringing, more platforms such as HTML5 or Unity. And the goal of this is to allow, any developer to benefit from the social features we have on Piepacker, which is video chat. We have a friend system coming.
Here we go.
And it's a face-off.
Zit, come here. Get over here.
Hey, it's not Mortal Kombat.
Oh my God!
No!
Fatality.
Good job.
So let me ask you this, Benjamin. When and how is the bring your own ROM thing going to be implemented? What is that? And could you explain that a little bit for us?
So bring your own game is a concept that took us a lot of time to put together, because we wanted to make this right. We wanted to build something that was compliant with law and regulation, as well as safe as possible for the community. So the way to approach this is we are basically creating for you a separate instance of the service that is a private instance that you can own. It's very much like, your own Windows, your own operating system, where you are in control of what happened and where we don't have access to your data. And on this platform, you are able to load ROMs that you may have legally acquired. So for instance, Micromages, they sell their ROM on their website, and you have ROMs that are now being sold on different websites. So for people to have these ROMs, they can bring it on the platform and basically play them with their friends. What's happening is the ROM is never shared with your friends. What is being shared with your friend is the video stream. So it never leaves your own instance. What happens is basically it's like you had your friends at home playing on TV with you. You got me. And except the TV signal is being broadcasted to your friend's home. So this is kind of like the big picture how we do this. And we want to make this compatible with as many platforms as possible, of course. And this is for us a very, cool feature, because we know there are a lot of games that people own. And in some, countries, it's okay to have a digital copy of your game. So we also acknowledge this, but we are being extremely precautious with the way we deploy this feature. It's important to make things good, as we are working with a lot of licensors. All the games that you have on the platform, they are being licensed. So for instance, we can maybe play after this Worms. Worms is being licensed by Team 17. We are also working with Codemasters, Interplay, and a bunch of other very, very cool publishers. So we want to keep good relationships with everybody.
Very cool. So if I have an old CD-ROM from 1995, just, if I might, somebody might, I can't just play the old ROMs on that old CD somehow? It won't work like that? You have to buy a specially licensed ROM from the manufacturer or the developer, I guess?
Yeah, that's the spirit of it. That's, okay. And
very cool.
The responsibilities on people. People will sign a term of use very much like they do on Windows, and then they can do what they want on Windows as long as it's compliant. We have put in place a lot of reporting systems, and we also try to limit the number of abuse and extreme cases. But at the end of the day, this is your private instance, so this is your own use, and you cannot share through the ROM. You cannot do that. What you can do is just the video stream over the internet. It works very much like Parsec. Parsec is pretty much this. So it's similar to this, but we encapsulate all the social features we have in this.
Awesome. Very
That's
cool,
great.
man.
Benjamin, I had a follow-up question. It's kind of on that same topic, but if on the Pi Reader, let's say I have the cart, my friend doesn't need to have the cart, right? I do, and then I invite him to, and it's sharing that video stream with my friend. He doesn't have to actually have the same media as I do. Is that correct?
This is absolutely correct. So only you need a Pi Reader and the game. Your friend doesn't even need a Piepacker account. Your friend just needs internet connection to be your friend and to have Google Chrome. That's pretty much the requirements. Yeah.
Okay, so
really cool.
It's not like the old way of when you played Game Boy Tetris. Both of us had to have the cartridge. It's just one side of the equation. Okay, I got it.
It's very much like you extend your TV signal to someone else's home. That's pretty much this.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's really neat because the accessibility of that is awesome, right? I mean, I only need to have the cart. I can invite my friend. He just needs to basically have a Google Chrome browser. I think that's one of the things that was a key for me with Piepacker is the more accessible you can make this stuff, I think the more highly adopted it will be. I think that's really neat.
And for sure, and I think this is a lesson also from the history of gaming. You know, like if you look at the kind of like opposition or competition between the Game Boy and the Game Gear, you saw like the Game Gear was super high tech, very, very excellent screen, but it was not particularly convenient. Like, you know, the battery will run out very quickly. It was more expensive, and even though the games were pretty amazing, at the end of the day, like the Game Boy was more robust. It was more low tech in the way they designed it, which is what people wanted. And this is what we did. We focus on accessibility, simplicity, and making sure that this is robust. We want to make sure that even if your internet connection is not great, this is going to work well. This is not consuming a lot of your bandwidth. You know, like when you play by yourself, the game runs locally. It's going to run on your web browser directly, so you have no lag. So if you want, like, you know, a zero input lag experience, it's going to work this way directly on your web browser if you play solo. Or if you want to experience like this over the internet with your friend, you don't need crazy internet for this to work well.
Very cool.
And I was very proud of myself for winning the last round. That was sheer luck. Like, I was lucky.
Man, somebody keeps hitting me with that smoke bomb.
So
you have
the
only
thing
two
about this
smoke bombs.
game, yeah, after that, you're kind of like you kind of compromise yourself if you loot. Oh shoot, I just died.
Yep.
You have to be really careful with how quickly you use those, because I feel like if you're at the end and you have none left and the other guy does, you're done.
Totally. And if you work sideways, we also know you are human, because the bots cannot walk sideways here. Yeah. Oh,
can you replenish those smoke bombs? Like, there's no way to get more smoke bombs, right?
Nope. This is all you get. So you gotta, be scarce, frugal.
Yeah. I know. Well, I noticed that at the first round because I was getting excited with the smoke bombs, and then I think Gunther just came up right behind me and just did me in. So.
I know who you are. All right, where is the last one?
So
right, I'm in the top right corner. Like, come at me. I'm ready for you.
I'm not moving around. I'm prepping other things.
I'm trying
now,
to
so
bait
someone's
you.
gonna kill me. Okay, it's like I'm almost dead.
All right, I'm using the risky strategy of like trying to kill everything that moves. Hopefully you'll. Oh, I think I found you. I think this is it. Let's see if you get scared if I get closer to you. Where are you?
So Benjamin,
this is
do you have any other
solid snake skills you have here? Sorry, go
any
for
other
it.
big game licenses coming out soon for Piepacker that you guys are working on?
we have definitely a lot of cool games coming to the platform and that are going to be announced. Like some of them are probably going to be announced in a few weeks. We have really, really cool games coming. I cannot announce them today, but we have a lot of PlayStation 1 games coming soon and some of my childhood favorites. So I'm very excited about this. And definitely some more very unique, like, hidden gems. One of the hidden gems we have is, it's not so hidden anymore, but Xenocrisis, it's a shooter. It was made recently, and it's available on Genesis, Dreamcast, and Neo Geo. And this game is really cool. It's one of my favorite games on the platform. I got you. I found you.
I was just hiding in the end.
It seems like there's a lot of Genesis games. So is there going to be a focus on expanding the Sega Genesis platform? It's like one of my favorite platforms. So that's why I'm asking the question.
We love the Genesis, and it for us it's really one of the systems we think has the most potential in terms of game design and music and art. But it's a personal taste. We definitely have more Genesis games coming to the platform. And we definitely have, we love Sega, and we have a lot of conversations with them. It's an ongoing conversation like we have with all developers, but we love Sega games. That's all I can say.
Awesome.
Okay, folks, we are back and up for our second session here. We're going to have a blast inside here, guys. This time we're joined by Cooltoy, a.k.a. Douglas. Tell us a little bit about yourself and tell us what interests you about this whole platform.
Yeah, so my name is Douglas Smith. I run a channel on YouTube called Cooltoy. I talk about retro video games, arcade, pinball machine, toys and collectibles, things of my youth and nostalgia. And I'm anxious to play some online games with friends for some of these retro nostalgic titles that I grew up knowing and loving. So hopefully I can do that with Piepacker.
Cool.
Awesome.
Okay, so I've never played this one before, so you got to tell me what I'm going to be doing that's going to screw things up.
So this is go for it. Sorry.
I was just gonna rattle off what you mentioned previously. So this is a PlayStation 1 game. This is Worms. It's a kind of a strategy-based attack sequence game where you use various different weapons to attack your other worm comrade friends, and ideally try to either lower their health or drop them into a watery grave in this instance. But you're basically just trying to take them out with various different hilarious different weapons and obstacles and objects presented to you.
That's exactly this. I'm going to play this guy, so I'm going to be the red team, and I'm going to try to pick this weapon. Oh, and I failed. I failed miserably. This is what this is about, failing and being in a very awkward position now.
I'm hearing noise that remind you of Lemmings. Kind of reminds you of a Lemmings kind of vibe for some reason.
Maybe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I wasted myself.
That's quite the...
So Benjamin, tell us a little bit about how this whole system is working. We're kind of... You're breaking new ground with this, no doubt about it. But, I mean... Give us a little bit of a clue as to what the magic is in the background.
For sure, and just to make sure that the game keeps going, like someone needs to be green here. So Bruce's heroes, whoever feels he is Brucey heroes, go for it. and so the system was designed to be very robust, and we really wanted to make something that was as low tech as possible, but not in the bad way, in the more accessible way. And this is why we built a cloud system that is hybrid. It's not always running in the cloud. What happens is when you're playing by yourself, the game is going to run locally directly in your web browser, and this allows you to get the full experience with absolutely no lag, no matter how good or bad is your connection. So if you play certain games and you have the luck to have your friend at home, the system does this. When you invite other people the signal to buy with you. Then it switches to cloud nodes. And basically what happened is the save states from your local is going to be transferred to your basically virtual space in the cloud. It's going to run in the clouds and beam the video signal to each user. The advantage of this is even if your friend doesn't have a particularly good connection, at the end of the day, the experience is going to be good for you. Your relationship, your connection with the server, and we.
Well, it appears even you are burping out a little bit. All of us here in the Midwest of the United States. I'm in Iowa. We've got Missouri. We've got Arkansas here, and you're over in France. And you guys have it set up so it's working off of a server in North America, and it's not like in France coming in because it's stuttering you pretty harsh. But I mean that is the interweb. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, there is always a physical limit, with distance. We cannot go faster than the speed of light, but we try to compress this as much as possible, but also to find different strategies. One of the things that we are bringing to the table in the very near future is a technology that is similar to GGPO. So it's basically rollback networking. The way it works is that the game is going to run locally directly in your web browser, and you're going to synchronize two instances. And every time the instances that are synchronized by frame, we see the frames being offset by a few frames. We roll back to the last good version, but this is like so quick that you can't really detect this with the human eye. So this is basically what a lot of fighting publishers, Street Fighter V is using some of the technology to make sure that even if you're far from a server, or if your connection is, not perfect, and your friend happened to be not too far from you, this is a good alternative. So we definitely try to find ways to, and strategies to make the experience even better. We put a lot of work in the compression, the video compression. We're using basically custom-made algorithms and settings to make sure that when we send the video data to your computer, it's not as heavy as it will be with other, cloud gaming system. The main reason for that is, first of all, the kind of games we have, the resolution doesn't have to be, as high as a 4K games. This is a lower resolution, so we send less data. It's a good strategy for us, and we care about this, but we also optimize this a lot. We have on the team, and we're very lucky to have on the team exceptional talents who've done this kind of work.
I just got flamethrowered. Sorry to interrupt you. Somebody snuck up behind me with a flamethrower, and I had to point that out.
That'll teach you.
We have very talented people. We did that for other companies in different capacity, in different ways, and we gathered all these talents together to build this kind of state-of-the-art cloud gaming platform together.
Oh, this is too much fun. Just watching. I mean, being participative instead of just like a normal Twitch channel where someone's watching one person play a game, and that's become such a big business. And I remember you telling us that you have background with Twitch and stuff, and this is more of us actual playing. I mean, I'm looking forward to, to name an exact game. I want to play the original Atari Gauntlet with 3 of my friends in other parts of the country. I mean, I think that kind of a game that otherwise would have been at the arcade, feeding the quarters into the machine excessively. That oh my gosh, there's so many possibilities in my head right now. This is amazing.
For sure, and go for it.
I mean, this kind of opens the door of that childhood dream. We all grew up when we wanted to play quote unquote multiplayer. It was going over to our friend's house and physically sitting on the couch or on the floor in front of the TV playing these games. We always wished back then that we had the opportunity to stay at home and play them, but it didn't exist. You guys are now bringing that childhood dream to the future and allowing access to people to not only stream their games easier and better on a simple, easy to use web-based platform, but you're also giving them an opportunity to, like we spoke to with the Twitch aspect, you can bring the fans into the aspect. Your viewers, your friends, fans, whatever the case may be, can actually join in and physically play you right then and there if they wanted to.
For sure. And before being video game professionals, we were gamers. We were kids. We were people who enjoyed so much these kind of games, sitting on the couch with friends, cousins, family, and sharing a very special moment. And this was really at the heart of the entire development. We wanted to make something that felt very much like childhood, that felt very much like the good old days where we all like sitting around and playing. And we wanted to make this as seamless as possible. One thing I really dislike about technology is when it becomes elitist, when it's hard to access, no matter if it's because it requires complex settings, or if it requires like money, too much money involved with like a big computer or a very very performance internet connection. My thinking is that everybody should be able to be entertained and have fun, and we really focused on this. And like when I think also about the hardware we created, the Pi Reader, this was really about the community, and for us to create something that resonated with the people who helped us during the closed beta. We had the closed beta in France with over 100,000 users, and we just wanted to thank them. We asked them, like, guys, what can we build that will be really awesome, that will be your dream as a gamer? And a lot of them answered like, I want to be able to bring my cartridges. I want to be able to play my cartridges over the internet with my friends. I don't have any simple way to do it today. So this is what triggered the basically the construction of this hardware. And like we are so happy. It was a huge challenge because it's complex to put in place. It's complex to do it in a legal way without respect, without like breaking any law, because we work already with so many licensors. We cannot afford to do things not perfectly right.
You don't want to sour those existing relationships, and you don't want to do all this work only to tie yourself in court for the next 2 years.
Of course. So for us, we put a lot of care and also conversation. We've been extremely open with all the licensors we work with about, no, my worm is dying. We just put so much care and openness. And the result has been very successful because at the end of the day, we're creating a space that is safe for brands, safe for publishers, and also safe for users. And I think this is what matters. For me, it's a very strong positive alternative to what's the other options. We have to be honest, this industry is very similar to the music industry back in the 2000s, when the default option was Napster and other peer-to-peer services. And I think it doesn't do us good. We should really strive to find solutions that will help this industry to be sustainable. We need to give back the money to the publishers so they can continue making great games. So we need to find the same way Spotify found a system to share the revenue with all the music owners. We need to find a single system, and this is what we intended with Piepacker. It's something that works for everybody, where everybody is getting their fair share, and that thinks about the user, because we are gamers first, and I think this is really the spirit of what we do.
Very cool.
And I really love that you guys came up with the Pi Reader, so to speak, an avenue for people to play their existing cartridges and bring in those collections of games, because it's one thing for a person to be able to subscribe or sign up to another streaming service or gameplay service and play the games they know and love, but a lot of people don't like that whole avenue of double dipping, so to speak, where they're like, well, I bought this game probably 4 times now. I've got the physical version. I've got it, on this system. I got it on this system. So they don't necessarily want to buy and, gravitate towards triple, double dipping sometimes. So the access and the ability to be able to take their cartridge off the shelf, plug it in the Pi Reader, play it, have an experience with their friends that didn't exist prior. An absolute amazing. And that was just a behemoth explosion.
Wow.
Yeah. I think I've got one worm left standing after that. That was catastrophic, to say the least.
And to your comment, Cooltoy. First of all, like I totally agree with this. The service needs to be accessible, and we want to bring value to the people, and this is why the base service of Piepacker is free and will be free forever. You can play a catalog of 60 licensed games at the moment with your friends for free.
Suicide there.
That was a suicide there. Totally a suicide. And well, we monetize the same way, Fortnite, for instance, is monetizing. where we sell cosmetics. You know, like the 3D masks some of us have been wearing. I saw Ryan with a 3D mask earlier. I'm going to wear one on my face just right now, so I become a school. This is what we sell, and this is optional. You know, if you just want to make the party more fun and something that is, you know, different, we bring this to the table, and it's been super successful. We sold over 6,000 masks in the last 2 weeks during the Kickstarter campaign. Wow. That was a lot of masks.
Yeah.
And people are very excited about this. And I used to be, you know, leading analytics at Facebook for live video and a bunch of other teams. And one thing I observed in the data is how the AR, basically masks, were impacting positively engagement on Instagram and Messenger. And it's something that I felt was very positive, that I saw in many other contexts. And to me, it was really important to kind of like bring this feature to the platform and to be at the heart of urbanization. But, you know, if you're a more hardcore gamer and you really want to push to the limit this platform, a good way to do so is to become a premium member. And this is the other way we monetize. So if you want to get your own instance of Piepacker, so you can bring your own game in your private space, we basically, you know, like most clouds service, we rent a server space for you, we set it up for you, and this is where you can have fun with your friends and bring your own games. And this is the other thing you can pay. You also get a ton of other, you know, features with this. How do I drop the bomb at the same time? Oh, oops! I think this was a fail.
Uh-oh.
That was a huge fail.
No.
That was a huge fail. I was trying to do something really cool and ended up being
Countdown
miserable.
and then nothing. Yeah. Womp womp womp.
Exactly. But just going back to what I was saying, like the premium subscription is really for people who want to get like to go the extra mile. So they get early access to the new games. They get like unlimited save slots, HD versions of some games where we upscale or increase the resolution depending on the game we're talking about, and they get the bring your own game feature, which is pretty awesome if you have, you know, a collection of ROMs that you, of course, like legally acquired, which can mean different things depending where you are in the world.
Mm-hmm. So, touching base on that legally acquired ROMs, obviously, you know, that's a gray area in itself, but is there a limitation to, I guess, the systems that these ROMs can play? I assume they're within the realms of what we've already seen right here with, you know, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega, that type of thing, or do they expand further? That was quite the shot. That was impressive. That was impressive.
So the limitation here is, so what happens is that we create a server space that is yours, and this is the user's responsibility to use things that belong to the user and that were rightfully acquired or not breaking any law. We don't have access to the user's data. You know, this is your space. You do you. You cannot, as a user, share your ROM with other people. What happens is that your ROM is going to be executed on a private server space, and then this is the video stream of the ROM that you're going to see over the internet. So it's, you know, it's like you have your friends at home watching your TV and playing with you, and except the TV signal is extended to your friend's house, and there is no way for you, the other user, to get the ROM, so you cannot distribute the ROM, which is illegal in most countries in the world. So this is like kind of like the core limitation here. You're not allowed to share your ROMs. And then we have an entire reporting system available if you see someone is obviously like using things that this person should not be using. But this is very similar, you know, to a license you have on Microsoft Windows. You have the agreement with Microsoft, and that you're not going to do crazy stuff on your Windows. This is the same for us. It really works with basically you being a responsible human being and not doing, you know, bad stuff with the system we give you access to.
Okay, so it's a self-policing private kind of enterprise, so to speak, for the users to, you know, control as they will and hopefully keep everything on the up and up.
That's very true.
Hey, Benjamin, do we have a timeline for when we're going to see this different stuff implemented, like the new games and all that kind of stuff?
And also, when people are going to be able to get into this, the Kickstarters versus the average user.
Yes.
When are we getting out of beta?
So beta is starting as a early access for the Kickstarter backers on the 22nd of May. So at the end of the campaign, the moment it ends,
Oh, very cool.
backers have access, and they can play however they like and have fun on the platform. The service will remain exclusive to Kickstarter backers for a certain amount of time. We're still trying to make it available for the rest of the community as early as possible. But we're focusing on the backers first, and we'll make this available for everybody relatively soon after. But it's still we need to define this.
Oh
my God!
Did he make it?
This game's got a ton of stuff to it.
Yeah, that's so good. I think we're ready.
Okay,
Ryan. So
yes.
To switch controllers, this is the last tab on the top right hand corner. When you click on this, you should be able to switch controllers and exchange who is playing which player slot.
Okay.
So if you want to show this to your camera, or your capture, that will be great.
Okay, I'm gonna do a quick introduction to the segment and just say what we've done, and then we'll talk that through a little bit, and we'll play this game. I'm not gonna play.
Yeah.
Cooltoy, why don't you take on Benjamin on this game? So I'll configure it that way. Okay, here we go. Okay, we are back, and we're in a preview version. Ooh, we're excited about this. And they added another feature in this. That's the cool thing about this kind of a platform is they can be developing all kinds of stuff. They added in a feature where I can pick who's going to be what player. So if I don't, let's see, I want to have Benjamin be player number 1, I'm guessing. There it is. I'm switching him to player number 1. And I'm going to put
number 1.
Yep. I've got Cooltoy here coming into player number 2. And player number 3 and 4, which this game only has 2 players, isn't going to show up. So let's see. Let's flip back to there. Xenocrisis. This looks cool. We were playing this earlier before everybody else joined us in, me and Gunther, and this just looks like a freaking cool game.
It's an actual awesome game. It's one of my favorite games on the platform. I have a ton of respect for the people making this game. They are based in the UK. It's pretty amazing what they did, like both graphically, both in terms of gameplay, music. It's really awesome. I think Cooltoy, you gotta pick your character. You can either pick the female or the male soldier, and I think this is going to be the A button. Can you press A just to see if now anything or any but yeah,
there we go.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry for that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's make it happen.
I love this game. It's a more tactical version of Smash TV, basically.
Exactly. You have a limited amount of ammo, so you got to be careful on how you use them. And it's pretty brutal, if you get a hit, you die. So
I like that when you run out of ammo, you can still attack, like a physical attack. It's really cool.
You can definitely do that, and you can also revive. You can revive your partner if your partner dies. You can just walk over your partner and it revives it. Don't do this in real life. If someone is on the floor dying, don't walk on it to revive it. It's usually not a good idea.
This game would work real well with having like a sportscaster mode. Player number 1, a third person can be the announcer, and he's going for it. Boom!
Absolutely.
Shakalaka! Yeah.
For sure. I love the energy.
Well, cool. I guess.
Who are these names? These got to be names of developers, right?
I
should hope
I
so.
don't know. I don't know because there are only 2, and there are a lot of hostages. So maybe it's family members. I will ask them next time. I will ask them. This is definitely an interesting idea.
Benjamin, I guess we're getting near the end of our session while we're here. What else do you want people to know about this platform and to get the word out among all of our different avenues?
So I think the main thing that is guys, feel free to check out our Kickstarter page. You can find the Kickstarter pretty easily. Just go on pp.fun, pp like pie, and pp.fun, and you'll access the Piepacker page, and you'll be able to see the pie reader in action, as well as all the the cool reward tiers that we're offering. Stocks are running out, so be quick. We ran out of most tiers, and very few items remain. And most of what we sell on the Kickstarter is unique to the Kickstarter and won't happen again. So, for instance, we offer the lifetime access, so you get the lifetime premium access. And I can't revive you in this room, so sorry about this. I'm not being a jerk. Story. I just can't. Yeah.
Just step on his grave. Just dance right on top of his body.
Yeah, exactly.
Benjamin wants to be the hero. I get it. It's okay.
Oh my God! Sorry.
And he's out.
I was trying to carry, but that I was not good enough. I'm sorry.
Well, let's call that a wrap, guys. I appreciate it. This has been an absolute blast. We're gonna have to get together. If this all works out, we're gonna get together and do a live session with a ton of people watching us and asking questions. Hopefully
Absolutely.
announce day off of this. This is wow.
Yeah, it's going to be fun with people from the chats, and we did that a few times, and it was always a blast. And it's a very unique experience, especially for people on the other side of the screen who follow and watch you like all the time, and they feel this connection and being live with you just like for a minute for playing the game. It's something very magical, and I really hope like people from your community will be able to experience that with you on Piepacker. So I'm super excited about this.
Very cool.
Absolutely. I'm excited to see it evolve, and I can't wait to see what else you guys come up with.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That was great playing with you guys. Thank you.